You felt it this morning. Maybe it was a shadow moving in your peripheral vision. Maybe it was the sound of footsteps behind you on an empty street. Maybe it was just a dream that woke you up at 3 a.m. with your heart slamming against your ribs and no idea why. You told yourself it was nothing. You were right. And you were also completely wrong. Because here is the thing your brain will never fully accept. The danger is gone. The predator that shaped every alarm system inside your skull. The one that made your palms sweat and your pupils dilate and your digestive system completely shut down. That predator has not stalked a human being in tens of thousands of years. But your brain does not know that. Your brain is not a 21st century machine. It is a 300,000-year-old survival engine that somehow woke up in a climate-controlled apartment, and it is still scanning every room you walk into for something that wants to eat you. This is not a metaphor. This is neuroscience. The structure responsible for your fear responses is called the amygdala. It sits deep inside your temporal lobe, roughly the size of an almond. And neuroscientist Joseph Ledoux at New York University traced what he called the low road of fear, a direct neural pathway that bypasses your rational brain entirely. Your body is already in full alarm mode before your thinking brain has even received the signal. Heart rate spikes. Stress hormones flood your bloodstream. Blood redirects to your large muscle groups. You are ready to run from something that does not exist. For roughly 95% of human history, that was the most important feature in the entire operating system. Your ancestors lived in open landscapes where every shadow at the edge of firelight was a legitimate threat. Leopards were real. Cave lions were real. Rival groups of humans were real. And in that world, your brain developed one golden rule. It is far better to be wrong about danger than to miss it. Evolutionary psychologist Daniel Nettle calls this the smoke detector principle. A smoke alarm that goes off when you burn toast is annoying. A smoke alarm that fails when your house is on fire is catastrophic. So evolution built you a smoke alarm that treats every piece of toast as a possible house fire. The biological term is negativity bias. Threats get priority access to your attention, your memory, your nervous system. Good experiences slide past. Bad ones stick. Psychologist Roy Baumeister found that across virtually every domain of human psychology, negative events carry more weight than positive ones. One insult requires roughly 5 compliments to restore neutral emotional balance. Your brain is running a deeply asymmetric calculation, and it is doing it automatically, below the level of your awareness, every single moment of every single day. Here is what makes this stranger. The same system built to detect leopards is now scanning your inbox. Neuroscientist Martin Paulus has documented that the brain processes social threat through the same neural circuitry as physical threat. When you post something online and wait for a response, your amygdala is active. When you sense disapproval, a cold tone in a message, a pause before someone answers you, your ancient alarm fires the same chemical cascade it would have fired for a predator. Exclusion from the group was once a death sentence. No single human survived alone on the African savanna. Belonging was survival. Being rejected by other humans was genuinely dangerous in a way that has not been true for a very long time. But your brain does not know that either. This is why you rehearse arguments in the shower. This is why you replay an awkward moment from 3 years ago at 2 a.m. This is why public speaking triggers more fear in people than the thought of death. Your brain is not being irrational. It is being ancient. The gap between the environment your brain was built for and the world you actually live in is what researchers call evolutionary mismatch. The chronic stress, the background hum of unease, the sense that something is wrong even when everything is fine, that is your ancient alarm system running in a world that no longer provides the threats it was calibrated to detect. Knowing this does not turn the alarm off. Ledoux himself was frustrated by this fact. You cannot think your way out of a fear response because the low road bypasses thinking entirely. But what it changes is what happens next. Between the alarm and your response, there is a gap. In that gap, your prefrontal cortex, the newest, most distinctly human part of your brain, can ask one question: is this real? Tonight, something will startle you. Your heart will jump. Your breath will catch. And for just a moment, Before your thinking brain catches up, you will be exactly where your ancestors were. Alert, alive, scanning the dark. The difference is that you get to know what that feeling actually is. Not weakness, not dysfunction, not something wrong with you. 300,000 years of survival firing in the body of someone who no longer needs it quite so urgently. And somehow, knowing that makes the dark a little less frightening.